Britain has blood on their hands on the issue of Kashmir as well. Britain, along with India as well, have blood on their hands on the problem of Kashmir, right? So Britain left this problem deliberately because they have this mindset of divide and conquer. Pakistan fighting with India, Pakistan keep on fighting with India on some issue, so that India wouldn't blame them in the long run, right? India also did a very bad job in solving this issue, right? Because the Indian government at the moment, Modi, is not very good in resolving this issue. Modi doesn't have that mindset with Pakistani government on sitting on a table and resolving this issue. Oh God, your justice, so long delayed, must come at last as a retribution. I mean, so beautiful. So beautiful. Iqbal is hinting towards the importance of this place, right? These people, importance of these people, that these people also have whims and desires and potential and capabilities in the future. Okay, so today is Kashmir Day, and one needs to know that Kashmir, we know about the Palestine issue, the Gaza issue, the famous land dispute. Now for many decades is at the hands of Israeli brutality, aided by United States and United Kingdom. Another dispute is about Kashmir, which is as significant, I believe, and probably another flashpoint of the earth, right? Kashmir problem has also been going on since 1947. This problem has been unresolved and also initiated by the Britain. Britain has blood on their hands on the issue of Kashmir as well. Britain, along with India as well, have blood on their hands on the problem of Kashmir, right? So Britain left this problem deliberately because they have this mindset of divide and conquer. Pakistan fighting with India, Pakistan keep on fighting with India on some issue, so that India wouldn't blame them in the long run, right? So this was their strategy. So Britain has blood on their hands. India also did a very bad job in solving this issue, right? Because the Indian government at the moment, Modi, is not very good in resolving this issue. Modi doesn't have that mindset with Pakistani government on sitting on a table and resolving this issue. And this issue can be resolved on table as well. So this is the context of Kashmir. Kashmir is a very big problem, not just of Pakistan, not just of India, but of the entire world. It's a very big problem. It's a flashpoint of the earth. Flashpoint of the earth. And I would like to highlight that Allama Muhammad Iqbal also talked about Kashmir. आज वो कश्मीर है महकूमो मजबूरो फ़कीर, कल जिसे अहले नज़र कहते थे ईरान सग़ीर. Today that land of Kashmir, under the heels of the enemy, has become weak, helpless and poor, once known among the wise as Little Iran. सीनाए अफलाक से उठती है आहे सोजनाक, मर्द हक होता है जब मरऊब सुल्तानो अमीर. A cry of burning lament issues forth from the heavens when the man of truth is overawed by the power and pomp of king and landlord. कह रहा है दास्तां बेदर्दी अय्याम की, कोह के दामन में वो गम खानाए दहकाने पीर. The old farmer's cottage on the mountainside, where pain and grief ever rule, tell its sad story of fate's hard lot. आह ये कौमे नजीबो चरब दस्तो तर दमाग, है कहाँ रोज़े मकाफात ए खुदाए दीरगीर. So skillful of hands, so rich in mind, these people, alas, or poor breed. O God, your justice, so long delayed must come at last as a retribution. I mean, so beautiful. So beautiful. Iqbal is hinting towards the importance of this place, right? These people, importance of these people, that these people also have whims and desires and potential and capabilities in the future. This place is a beautiful place, and this place is like a treasure, right, in terms of natural beauty as well, in terms of the great people living there, the Kashmiri people, right? These people have great potential. So Iqbal is hinting towards that. I was just reading one of the articles which beautifully depicts Iqbal's vision for Kashmir. This is written by Amar Jahangir, where he explains that the characteristic of Iqbal's poetry is that he does not describe the painful situation of Kashmir and the people of Kashmir in such a way that the reader is trapped in a mire of despair. Iqbal was convinced that no nation is ideal. Nations go through every stage of life and get the blessing of life again after childhood, boyhood, youth, old age, death and death. The same was true of Kashmir and its inhabitants, who were going through this phase of national history, which is interpreted as old age and death, after which they had to be resurrected. Iqbal addressed the Kashmiri nation and said that a person who has become accustomed to slavery, the idol is cut from the stone of grave. Conscience is a long dream, an unknown, eternal, self-absorbing. Iqbal remained a sympathizer of Kashmiris at every stage of freedom struggle of Kashmir and supported the Kashmiri Muslims till his death. When the Dogra government was exterminated, the Muslims of Kashmir, Iqbal raised his voice in support of the Kashmiris against such atrocities. Iqbal always urged the Kashmiri nation to remain united and strive for the right to freedom, due to which the Maharaja of Kashmir banned Iqbal from entering the Kashmir Valley due to his support for Kashmiri's people. As a Kashmiri, Iqbal's mental, heartfelt and emotional attachment to Kashmir lasted till the end, always cared about the slavery, subjugation, poverty and helplessness of Kashmiri Muslims, which is happening to date. When the independence movement started in Kashmir, Iqbal became directly associated with it and waged an organized struggle for the independence of Kashmir till his death. The whole world knows Iqbal as a great poet and philosopher. He was a great poet of the world of humanity and sympathizer of the Islamic world. His personality and poetry is free from geographical boundaries. His greatness and fame is a legacy not only for Pakistan but for the whole world. He is a true lover, a good friend, a sympathizer, a great champion of freedom of expression and a prominent competitor in the struggle of Kashmiris against the dictatorship. Iqbal wrote a lot of poems for Kashmiris with full of enthusiasm. His speeches and poetry were published in Kashmiri Gazette. Iqbal always raised his voice against the tyranny and barbarism, cruel narrow-mindedness and inhumane behavior of Dogra Raj. Iqbal gave a new consciousness, new enthusiasm and new spirit to Kashmiris with his painful voice. Iqbal, while advising the Muslims of Kashmir, said that only with courage and perseverance, aspiration and faith and hope, it is possible to achieve the purpose of life. Furthermore, it is said that purpose is created by desire, for which quest and struggle is considered as the purpose of life. Fear and imitation make it possible to achieve the goals. The thought and struggle for freedom is an important link in this chain. So this was written by Amar Jahangir, and it beautifully depicts, the Iqbal's message for the Kashmiri. Lastly, I would say that we should try to raise the voice of this issue of Kashmir, which is a very significant issue, mainly by Pakistan, but not just Pakistan, the entire world, especially the Muslim world and the entire even the non-Muslim world, whether in Saudi Arabia, Iran, Bangladesh, Afghanistan, any country can raise this issue, including even countries like United Kingdom. The people who created this problem, we can also, raise awareness in those type of people as well, as we have seen in the issue of Palestine as well. And with that, Assalamu alaikum.
Peace. We've had more than a decade of bombing of Yemen, and it has brought no peace. It's only brought destruction and poverty and death as a result of it. And then you look at the other conflicts around the world, and the oldest disputed border is actually that of Kashmir. It goes back to 1948, when Nehru referred it to the UN as a international dispute, whereas every time any of us have raised the issue of the rights of the people of Kashmir in Parliament here and elsewhere, we're immediately told it's a bilateral issue between India and Pakistan, as though two nations can decide what happens to somebody else. I beg to differ. As far as I'm concerned, it is an international dispute. The UN has so far failed to be able to recognise that, and we should pursue it as an international dispute. And the process over all these years has been growing militarisation in both India and Pakistan as a result of the unresolved issue surrounding Kashmir, has been development by both countries of nuclear weapons capabilities, has been a series of hot wars at various times. Thousands of people have lost their lives. And increasingly, India has walked away from the idea that Jammu Kashmir has a special status within India, removed that, and imposed some pretty draconian laws and operations there against public manifestations, political activity, demonstrations, and banning many visitors from India to ever go near the place at all. And so the very large number of people in this country who are from Kashmir feel absolutely angry that their issue is often completely ignored by the political classes in Britain. I was approached about this very shortly after I became leader of the Labour Party, and obviously was very well aware of the issue from before, and took the view and persuaded the party to take the view that we should recognise it as an international issue, not a bilateral issue, and do everything that we can to try to bring about justice for the people of Kashmir. It is obviously a sensitive area in the sense you've got two huge powers side by side, India and China. Well, that's not a reason not to settle the dispute, that's every reason to settle it, so that the people of Kashmir can have their view and their view expressed.